I think that's a difference of the environment you're in, but also who you were doing as a training style. So like there's one thing like I've always since I started working here 12 years ago, I've trained for a performance or I've trained like an athlete to try to move better, feel better, be efficient where probably the dad you're referring to probably was still doing what I did in college was bodybuilding or powerlifting. So
Yeah.
they probably move like shit. And so
Right.
like they probably have back pain,
No,
hip
they move.
pain.
They just kind of move like
Yeah.
Frankenstein,
They're
basically.
like the rock and sock and robots.
Yeah,
Their
yeah,
arms move, but the whole body moves because there's like no mobility in the thoracic or anything. So
Mhm.
um so yeah, I say mine when I've changed it, if anything, I'll probably say I've reduced my volume a little bit just because I'm on my feet all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
But you still train like an athlete.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
always,
Awesome.
always.
Always. Okay. Okay, that's cool. It's just interesting, like, because I know, like, if I tend to get injured, like I'll move to like mainly doing mobility and like bodybuilding type style or maybe hypertrophy type style, but in a lower volume.
Yeah.
And then I know it's super like I know training like an athlete though. I also try and do that, like so I add jumps and stuff like that. But if I'm not doing that on a weekly basis, like I feel like I can get hurt from doing the jumps, and that's just my fault. But I think with aging, that's like a big difference for me from 7 years ago to now is that like those big athlete moves, like not like, just doing like a bound or anything like that, it really
Yeah.
puts like more impact on my joints, and like I just don't feel as good. But I still try and incorporate like little things like and some like tumbling and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
I never did previously.
I like wall
Well,
drills for the uninitiated, I feel like.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think a couple reasons why you could be feeling that way is because well, after college, probably when we were the most athletic or felt like we were the most athletic, we stopped training that way, or we do get injured and we come back like what you're saying, do some mobility, stability, maybe some hypertrophy work because it's longer time under tension. Um, but then when you reintroduce the jumps, you don't reintroduce them as maybe progressive as you should. Like 2 sets of 5 reps would be great on a day one. Shut it down at that. Like, and then do that for 2, 3 weeks. Then now just let's go to 3 sets of 5. It's the same thing as like a marathon runner that maybe had an injury and then they go back and run 9 miles and wonder why their knee and hip is hurting again. Well, your tissue lost that tolerance or that robustness while you're injured. So you got to build it back up to that again. And people, I think, because they feel so good and they go out and do it, they surpass that very, very quickly, but you don't see the effects of it until 2, 3, 4 days later. So, or the ramifications of it. And
That's a good
sometimes
point.
and as we get older, like if you train that hard, like, and we're parents, now we're sleeping less. So now we're
That
not
was
actually,
that was what I was gonna bring up. I was like,
yeah,
yeah, how do you do with the no sleep though?
yeah. So we're always like just overtraining constantly. And not only that, like we're sleeping less, we have more stress of our lives because we got bills, we got kids. Like right now, the main importance of our lives are our kids. It's not us anymore. So we start to definitely lose sight of that and definitely start to, feel the regression of that.